everybody, it's Jen here with another 8.5 by 11 layout. This is a matching layout to the one that I posted last week before, I'm not 100% sure, but this is from the same crop that I went to, and this is the group shot of the people that I went with, and the lady who organizes it all and is the editor of Scrapbook and Cards magazine, Catherine, who is a super lovely lady. So I just had grabbed some papers out of my stash here, and I'm just using this piece of tissue paper, which goes horribly wrong. So yeah, what not to do with tissue paper when the blade on your trimmer is not the sharpest because they've been out of stock for a bit. So anyways, yeah, I think that's a Maggie Holmes flower paper, and then that heart one is an Ellie Studio, and then this is just packaging, that tissue paper that came with some base sunscreen that I ordered, and it was Dottie Vellum, and I was like, well, number one, I obviously have to order from this place again because they wrap it in tissue paper with washi tape, and of course I have to save that and use it, and yeah, this is a disaster. It was ripping and it was all scrunched up and whatever. What I was trying to do was just have it sort of soften up those flowers on that flowery background a bit. The background itself was a 12 by 12 sheet that was an exclusive to HipKit several months ago. I just cut it down to 8.5 by 11. And then that big gold floral is from Crepe Paper, a Maggie Holmes collection, and then that other one is, I want to say We Are Memory Keepers. I could be wrong. All these kits are kind of smoshed together, and some of the things, aren't in the right place anymore. That stuff on the left there is from Basic Grey. I think it's called Saturday Morning, and then this is obviously Craft Market. I'm going to use that shortly. And I'm just looking for alphabets. So I went away and came back with these hot pink glittery ones. The one that I'm using there is called Scene, and because there was the hot pink in the top corner, I wanted to bring that hot pink down to this bottom corner that just had the blue. So I'm going to use those, and I initially pulled an ampersand from the other glittery one underneath, but it just proves to be too big because I'm moving them around, and I was going to put them around the flower, but because it's 8.5 by 11 and the flower is so large and I really did want to use it on here, I end up putting them on top of the flower. So you'll see in a minute I move them around. I initially do that, and then this is where I end up, and I get rid of the ampersand. I just use and in a tiny little block font that was from Webster's Pages. Like, it's a really old one out of my stash. So this is the Craft Market stuff. I initially pull out those big gold scissors because, of course it's Crop and Create, scissors make sense, but I'm going to find some blue handled scissors later, and I'm going to use those instead. And you're not going to see me put them on, but you'll see in the pictures at the end there. So I'm just going through this pack of die cuts and just pulling out the colors that I want. And what I wanted to do on this one was kind of do hidden journaling. I just wanted to keep it with lots of white space because the photo has tons going on and the background has lots going on. So I find that blue card there, and then I match it up with this card from Basic Grey, and I just covered up. I'm not a sewer, so I didn't mind covering that up, but I wanted it's kind of like my little pull tab, and it pulls a bit more of the pink in with the blue. And then I'm searching madly through again because I remember seeing an arrow that had April on it, which was the date of this crop. So I'm going to stick that right there, and I'm just going to write 2016 on there. And that's my little pull tab, and I'm just going to put it out in underneath. So just looking at options here, but in the end I'm going to do exactly what I started with, is these letters and that blue. Sorry I didn't edit these out, I just sped it up because this isn't a terribly long video to start with. But yeah, I'm just putting them on the top. I may have to go back and glue them a bit better because it's sort of glitter on glitter, and I moved them around a little bit and put them on the wax paper. But I think it should be okay. These little tiny ones I'm putting some extra adhesive on because they weren't very sticky to start with. And with chipboard I always pull that backing off so I can move it around. So I'm just sticking it down with some Scotch Quick Dry in that fine line bottle there. I'm so glad that fine line bottle is not making such a big mess right now. In the winter when my heater is on, it's like it heats the bottle up, and when I open it, it kind of like all out the top. So it's not doing it right now with the summer heat. So I'm going to have to figure out a different place to keep that fine line bottle so it's not, because the heat kind of comes up the wall behind my table, and then my little tote with all my stuff in it is sitting there. So anyways, here I'm just I'm embellishing with purpose. I'm putting stuff on here that worked with the colors. I wanted to put that white and gold flower on the top because it matches on the bottom. That one that I have tucked under the right corner is actually from the Chamel collection. I just wanted the colors. It was like a boarding pass or something. And then that tickets I put in there, add a little bit more of sort of the wood tone-ish, doesn't really, but it kind of worked. And then I just wanted a little bit more pink up in that top corner, the lighter pink color as well. So I just added that, and that was just a piece that I'd cut off the top from my last video, so I liked using it. I really wanted to use that. That was my name tag, but for some reason it was ripped and it just looked kind of nasty, so I didn't end up. I probably will put it in the Project Life spread that goes with this week. And then I just felt like this needed something, and so I pulled out these super old little crystal dots, and I'm just going to move those around on here a little bit, and I just needed to make sure that that one didn't make it so I couldn't pull out my journaling. So I think I am just about done here. I'm going to ink the edge, and then I'm going to go away because I forgot to add those scissors in. So you will see that in the close-up. I just added it at the bottom there, and I added those cork hearts as well. I don't know. I felt like it needed something. I still feel like it does, but it's all done. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back real soon with a Project Life video.